Happy birthday, Kyoko. Here is an explanation as to what all I sent you in your Cricut themed gift. We're going to start with what's in the box. Swatches. These are all vinyl swatch rings. And let's start with the most common one. This is probably most people's favorite vinyl. It's Oracle 651. And it comes in a bunch of colors. This is glossy. All of the permanent vinyl from Oracle for 651 is glossy, except for black and white have a matte version. But for the most part, if you're looking at Oracle and it's glossy, it's probably permanent. Their removable is matte, and then there's a whole bunch of other types that they have. That's actually why I put another tag on here. This one has a QR code for a web page that tells you what each of the kind of Oracle vinyl numbers, what they mean. Okay, so basically, this just saves you a ton of money because you can color match much easier. You can tell what colors they have. Oracle, actually Oracle's a good example because you can't buy this in a store. So you have to buy it online, and trying to color match things or figuring it out from a computer screen is, yeah, you end up doing multiple orders for small amounts of vinyl, which is not the most economical thing to do. And it's just much better if you have a sample. Let's see, this one I got at Expressions Vinyl. It just has the color on the back. Now here's the thing. The reason these are, another reason why people wait too long to get these is because they're kind of a pain to find. Oracle, for example, the vinyl companies, the companies that produce the vinyl don't make swatch rings. They sometimes make swatch books, but those, if you ever see one in person, you'll understand why those are not popular. It's much better to have a sample of the actual vinyl. So Oracle does not make these, but the companies that sell the vinyl do make them, and they make them in batches, and it's not always year round. They're always out of stock. They're hard to find. Any case, this is one that was from Expressions Vinyl, and I wouldn't buy it from there. I wouldn't buy Oracle 651 from there. I get it from Amazon. I used to get Oracle at the same places that I got all this other stuff, but that involves another story of why they don't sell it anymore, and I'll get to that at the end. Okay. Next, let's start with other permanent vinyls. Okay, this is StarCraft. Now, StarCraft is new to me. All the YouTube influencers have been recommending it. And they have their permanent in both glossy and matte. And so we've got a swatch ring for both. They also have a magic line, which just means it's like their specialty ones. It's like their metallics and their glitter and their... Ooh, that one's nice. Anyway, all their like specialty vinyls are in here. The only thing that I noted about that was about these was that the fluorescent colors, apparently they fade in the sun. So those would not be good for outdoor decals. But everything else would be. Okay, so, and all of these rings include every color that they sell. These particular rings I like. These I got from 143 Vinyl. And the reason I like these are because they put a sticker on the back as well that says the name of the color, but also gives you a QR code. So if you want to buy this color, you just scan it on your phone. It'll take you straight to that product page, so you can put it in your cart. Now, the labels on these little label tags, these did not come with it. I made these. I used a regular cardstock. I just have no idea if these will last. So if these rip off or if you need new ones or something bad happens to these, let me know and I'll just print off. I still have the file, so I can just cut off some more, or I can send you the Cricut file and you can make your own out of whatever you like. Okay, let's see. So that's all permanent vinyl, and then we have one for HTV. This is Sizer. You can find Sizer in Michaels. I don't know how this compares. So far as I've been told that it's called Easy Weed, so presumably it's easier to weed. You'll have to tell me how you feel about it, since you've already tried HTV from probably Cricut. Anyway, it tells you what kind of, materials you're supposed to use for it, and it has the QR codes. All right, so that's all the swatches. Now let's talk about the vinyl that I sent you in the kit. Okay, we've got 4 types of vinyl here. First is the StarCraft Permanent Black. This is just to try out. Because I have no idea. Everyone's been raving about it, but I have not had time to use it yet. My intention was to try it out before I sent some to you, but this week has just been a nightmare, and I have not gotten the chance to do any Cricut crafting. So this is just permanent black. Then we've got some Oracle 651, and this is gold. You can kind of see underneath. This is the same gold that I used for my Mother's Day gift, the plaque. So I thought you might, in case you wanted to try that color scheme. Now, here's the thing with Oracle, though. The way that they package these, or the way they roll these, outdoor is rolled with the color on the inside, and I'm sorry, not indoor, outdoor, what am I? Permanent is rolled with the color on the inside, and removable has the color on the outside. And I believe I never understood that until actually putting this gift together, because I'd only ever used this before, and I started using it, and I was working with this today, and it's like staticky. It like collects lint or dust. Like you need a Swiffer to like clean it off. So I'm now beginning to believe, I just thought that, I don't know why I thought they did this. You can re-roll it if you want the color on the outside, but it's a pain. You have to re-burnish if you want to try it, but you'll see it's doable, but it's a hassle. But now I'm beginning to think that the reason that they did that is because it kind of attracts dust. Okay, so we've got some StarCraft Permanent Black, some Oracle 651, the gold that I used on my mom's. And this one is interesting. This is a specialty vinyl. It's called Etched Vinyl. The color is called white, but it's actually clear. And what this is supposed to look like is as if it's been etched. Now, why would you need this? Considering most people use etching cream to actually etch glass. Some kinds of glass won't etch. There's some forms of Pyrex dishes and other things for kitchens that just won't take etching cream. So if you end up with a project where you really, really, really wanted to etch a particular piece of glass and it won't take it, then this is an alternative that you can try. Okay. Then we have, what happens when you have someone, either there's like a company logo or some sort of design that you want to do that is just too hard to do for a decal. It just is not going to work because maybe there is too many colors. You'd have to layer forever or whatever. What this does is this is permanent adhesive vinyl. However, you can print on it. So in using this, you would print a design and then the Cricut would just cut an outline around it like a sticker. The thing about vinyl is I've not noticed a huge difference between, say, Oracle 651 or Cricut vinyl, other than the fact that this is cheaper and has more colors and all that kind of stuff. But do you know what does make a difference is the transfer tape. Transfer tape makes a huge difference. So I've got 3 kinds. Where'd the other one go? Here we go. Okay, the first one you may already have. If you went and purchased Cricut transfer tape, this is probably what you got. There is a strong grip. Be careful of that. I'll get to that in a minute. But it works. This is a decent tape. It's also like 3 or 4 times the cost of what I've been using. So while it's a decent product, I would not be spending that much money on transfer tape. But try it out. Some people love it. This is what I first purchased when I got my Cricut, and I did not know that like the tack of the transfer tape makes a huge difference. This is strong grip. Don't use this on a regular project unless it calls for a strong grip. So the things that say they need strong grip are like glitter vinyl, or there's some types of vinyl that are super thick and this would work well on them. This is what you use if nothing else works or if it calls for strong grip. And I labeled it strong. This is, I believe, this is the one that I expect to be my go-to. This is medium tack, and it's from, oh, by the way, I put a label on the inside of things. If I can't label the outside, I label the inside because you never remember what stuff is. So this is 134vinyl.com medium tack, and the company is, what is it? Style Tech. Anyway, apparently, according to all the YouTube, all the YouTube influencers, this transfer tape with StarCraft works perfectly. We'll have to see if this magic combination is in fact useful. All right, so 3 types of transfer tape. Now we got a couple of tools. Say dumb stuff. Okay, so we've got a squeegee and a pin. Yes, you heard me correctly. A pin. They actually call it that. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried. Pin is in P-I-N, pin, because this is a pen, but on the inside, instead of ink, it is a needle. And this is for weeding really small things. I actually use this for pretty much everything now. I believe your Cricut probably, or if you got a Cricut toolkit, you probably have something that looks like this. I use this in the beginning. It's okay. Honestly, I have a ton of these tools. I love these for opening packaging, but after a while, not the greatest. You can use it, but it's not awesome. Before I got the pen, I would use fussy tweezers. If you end up doing anything with paper crafting, I highly recommend these. Let me know. I'll tell you the best ones to get. But basically, this is just a needle, and this lets you get into really teeny tiny parts, and it grips the thing. I don't keep it in the case. I'm giving you the case because it came in a case. I put it in a jar with all my other pins. Okay, so next up is a squeegee. This is very generic. These work very well. Does not matter what brand you have. The Cricut comes with this. I don't use this. It doesn't work as well. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's because it's so big or because this is actually thinner. All I know is these work. I think I maybe used this once or twice, and then I had this from my other cutter, and I just use this. I don't know. Give both a try. See which one you like. And like I said, this one, the one I'm giving you says 143 vinyl because that's where I bought it. This is mine that I use. Literally, it's the same thing. It's identical. I think they get them all from the same, like there's no brand difference with these. Everyone who sells vinyl just puts their own little, brand on there, but it makes no difference. They're all the same. Okay, so you got your pen and your squeegee. Now there's two more things, and this is just in case you get into doing cutting paper during paper projects. And that's what these two things are for. Okay, first let's handle this one. This is called a jewel picker. And essentially what this is, it's to pick things up. And a lot of times when here's some of my examples. When you have little things, when you have little bits that you have to glue down or you have to put somewhere, picking these things up is a nightmare. And so this has a little post with some stuff on the side or on the tip that lets you pick things up. And usually this is a tweezer combo thing where you pick it up and put it down. It's got a big side and a little side. Now, this over time, it will get less sticky. That's fine. All you do is take it to the sink, run some water over it, put a little dish soap, wash it off, and then let it sit to dry. And then it'll be sticky again. Okay, speaking of glue. Now, don't even get me started on adhesives. Like, I could go on forever for crafting. But for paper crafting, for just doing stuff on the Cricut, there's two types of things. You can do cards and, decorative items. Or you can do, like, boxes and, like, ornament gift boxes and stuff like that. This glue is awesome because it's multi-purpose. This is called Tombow Mono Multi. And it has a couple of cool features. The bottle has a precision tip, although I would say this is not very precise because I have things where like literally it's the size of a needle, but it's definitely better than like Elmer's glue. You can make it work with small things. It also has a large side if you have a lot to do. But the coolest thing about this glue is that it is, one, strong enough to do a box. One of the things, if you start going down the YouTube deep abyss of making gift boxes or any kind of boxes, they will tell you that you need a strong glue because even regular crafting glue will not hold a box. This will. So it's super strong. That also means if you're doing little things like this, you just barely need a little teeny tiny drop on there, and it will hold. The other thing that this glue does is that when it's wet, if you take two pieces of paper, put the glue between them and put them together, then it's permanent. It works just like regular glue. But if you put this on paper and don't put anything on it and you let it dry, it'll remain tacky. It's almost like the stuff that's that's on the end of this. And what that does is it makes it repositionable, or it makes like a temporary, it's what I do the swatches with. Here, let me grab one. Okay, so these are my swatch things. These things come off. I can get it off without tearing anything, and I can put it back on. Okay, a little bit stays on there, but that's just because I've had this on here for years. Anyway, it makes it removable or repositionable. So that means you get two types of glue in one with this stuff, which is awesome. Okay. Alrighty, that is it, I believe. yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy the stuff. I hope it's useful. Bye.